Welcome to another of our series about porn addiction and addiction to masturbation. Chris and I are here to help you conquer these addictions and regain the freedom you once had before you became addicted. Today's question comes from a troubled man. He writes, "I've been addicted to porn for several years. I know it is hurting my family and I'm hurting deeply inside. I've tried to stop but simply don't have the willpower. Nothing seems to be working. What do you suggest?" So, Chris, the man seems to want to quit porn. He has tried in the past, but hasn't yet been successful. What suggestions would you give him?
Porn addiction, like any addiction, consists of a series of compulsive behaviors that have negative consequences. These behaviors are difficult, if not seemingly impossible, to control. You will do almost anything, sacrifice many important things, to carry out these behaviors. It's all because your brain has been wired to associate porn with pleasure and happiness. But, the pleasure and happiness you experience is only temporary. When you end your porn viewing, you are back in the real world with all the same problems you had when you started. But, when you finish your daily porn, your problems only become worse. Not only are you hurting those around you by spending so much time watching porn, you are hurting yourself. You become a disappointment for everyone around you, including yourself. You feel discouraged by your failures to control your behavior. And those around you feel neglected because you have not spent time with them. You already know many of the negative consequences of being addicted to porn. Among them are, you deeply hurt your wife when she finally realizes that you want to spend time with your porn floozies rather than with her. You hurt your children when you refuse to be with them as they grow up. You neglect daily tasks, doing homework, improving your skills, and more, just to watch more porn. You lie to those around you and to yourself so you can spend more time online. You feel disappointed, even depressed, because of your inability to control yourself. You might try watching porn at work and are now in danger of being fired. Your battle with porn is going to be a difficult struggle. In fact, some experts say you may never recover to the point that you were before you started watching porn. You may, like an alcoholic, always be in recovery for the rest of your life. You will have to take life one day at a time. Many liken recovery from porn to being sober. Just as an alcoholic will always be an alcoholic, you will always be a porn addict. But you can be sober for long periods of time. And, this may be the most important negative consequence of initially devoting yourself to porn. So, how do you recover from porn addiction? If you want to overcome porn addiction, you need to be dedicated to doing so. You cannot approach this with a half-hearted, wishful thinking effort. You must be fully dedicated to success. It's like a smoker who wants to give up smoking. Not because they are committed to stop smoking, but because someone else wants them to quit. You will not give up your porn because someone else wants you to get free. You, yourself, have to have a strong desire to be free. You must admit that you are addicted. You must acknowledge that you have this compulsion that you cannot seem to control. You must recognize that you need outside help. Then, you must ask for and get help outside of yourself. This can be with a mental health professional who specializes in pornography addiction. You can work with a mental health professional in either a one-on-one setting or in a group therapy setting. You can join one of several groups of people who are working to end their porn addiction. Some groups are based on the 12-step methodology used in Alcoholics Anonymous. Or you can get help from an online program that has been developed by professionals and tested out to validate its effectiveness. Programs for porn addicts can be in a residential, or inpatient, setting where you stay in a facility where it is impossible to access porn. Such anti-porn camps have proven effective, and many teenagers are sent to these camps to dry out and come off their porn highs. Most other programs are outpatient programs where you attend meetings or visit with your therapist once a week or more frequently. The option you choose will depend on the expenses involved and what you think would be most effective in your particular case. You may want to start with a less expensive option first and see the results. You will then know if you need to progress to more expensive options. With the proper help you can overcome porn addiction and remain free for the rest of your life. Hope that helps, Wendy.
Thanks, Chris. That was a great answer. It's clear that anyone who is going to kick their addiction to porn will have to admit their addiction and the pain they are inflicting on themselves and others, and then get help from someone trained to help them. If any of you are looking at porn and want to become free, I suggest you take a look at our site, breakpornaddiction.com. There are many useful articles and resources for you to use. But, make sure you really want to quit. Otherwise you are just wasting your time and money seeking a cure you do not really want. Again, Chris and I both wish you the best future possible.